Hello, everybody. My name's Ardendris, and welcome back to All the Mods 10. Last time, we went to take on the Acropolis, basically the Lair of Scylla, as I named that episode. So yeah, that's a cool place. It's a giant, like, a Greco-style, monolithic castle thing, I guess. I don't really know the right words for it. Might as well just head on back over to the Acropolis real quick just to show it off. But yeah, this thing's really cool. It has a bunch of like undersea style enemies, like giant lobster enemies, jellyfish that are shooting electric spears. It's very cool. I very much dig this structure, and the boss, Scylla, was also pretty cool. Apparently, she hasn't been updated to like ATM 10 strength, so she's a bit weaker than the rest of the bosses from this mod. But she had some real cool animations, just like everything else. And she gave us a couple pretty cool little tools. Like, basically we have like a grappling hook and can grab enemies. We also throw lightning spears. It's all very, very awesome. Um, Sadly they are pretty slow though, so I can't really make good use of all of it. Ow, I'm stuck in here. You know what? Bad idea to jump that. I should not have jumped down into there with ranged tools. But, area of effect, lightning effects, it's just pretty fun. But, yeah, that was about it for last time. It took us a while to go through that. So, game, we okay? Might be wondering why I haven't gotten F5 this entire time. It gave a little bit of a sneak peek there. So, it is October. I meant to have this done a while ago, like start of the month. Last year, I switched over to a Halloween-style skin, and I stayed with it for more or less the entirety of October. I was cosplaying as a character named Amity Blight from a show called The Owl House. This year, I have gone for Freerin. The hair and head could have been a little bit better. I kept with my normal glasses instead of changing the face really to match up with Freerin because I didn't know what to do. And like the hair, I had to make like this like really light blue instead of a white like it is in the show. Although in some of the pictures in the manga, apparently her hair is like a bluish or a purplish tint, so that kind of works. It could have been better. I think the clothes I did a fairly good job with. I think they're pretty much spot on, but it's mostly the hair that I have a problem with. Anyways, yeah, we're cosplaying as Frieren for the rest of October, I suppose. Halloween, yay. So there's that. I need to put back on this. Apparently you cannot disable that. Wow, the game does not like me exploring this area. Like, even when you toggle disability, that visibility, that just doesn't disappear. But, game, are we okay? Let's just head back to the farm, because the game is not happy when I'm over here. It's probably because we're loading in like 30,000 blocks away on top of everything else. Anyways, what are we getting up to today? So, last time we had one sniffer egg, and we set up our friend Alicarkinos here. You need a name. What's your name going to be, my mustachioed crab friend? I don't know. I'm tempted to go with like Searcher or something like that, but that's pretty basic. But anyways, our friend there helped us find another sniffer egg, so now that brought us up to 2. And I just went flying around in some oceans for a little bit around the Acropolis. It was just easier than waiting the whole time. I did make one of these bigger, then it shrank again for some reason. But I did kill some sea serpents, so now we just have these. We can't actually tame them, but I can just do this and like pretend we have sea serpents in like a tank or something. It is an option. Anyways, we have 3 sniffer eggs after I did some hunting and waited for our friend there. So let's just hatch them, shall we? I have no idea how hatching sniffer eggs works. Sniffer sniffing, just enough archaeology. Sussy bee, huh? Oh, okay then. It's... Do these just take time? I realize I did not look up this far. I've never done anything with sniffers before. They're eventually going to go onto the island and we're going to have like a little breeding program for them. But for now, they're just going to hang out over here and just be cute in this little pit. One second, I need to look up how to do this. Okay, apparently these are going to take about 20 minutes or so, so we're going to get to see these hatch tonight. I'm probably doing what I've been doing recently where I'll record half of it tonight and half of it in the morning, and we're just going to skip a day as far as uploads go. So, there's that. I just keep running out of time. I need to keep doing prep work to set this thing up. It now has like this border on it. I'm eventually going to put fences or walls on top of that as well. I need to make sure the land things actually stay on the nature preserve island instead of swimming away. As for birds, I think birds are just gonna have to do. I can't really control where those fly without building a giant cage over the entire thing, which that's more trouble than it's worth. So it's gonna take a bit, but eventually we'll have it going. Also, our Alacurkino's friend here desperately needs to move because it's dragging up the entire riverbed, and that ain't gonna last very long. But anyways, since I need to keep this one, no, I'm not going to hash that, we do have Kirby and Mary is going to be the first two of our sniffer friends, audience suggestions from Lane. What are we getting up to now? So, as for things for the ATM star, what's going to net us the most points? A lot of these are like, oh, get 5 times or 4 times the certain blocks, or get a bunch of various colors concrete. All of this is easy, it's just gathering the resources to do so. Miniature end portal, just building more draconic end shelves, which I can do. That's just building another one of these things, which again I could do. I just need night vision potions. I've done everything else. And another soul touch. Okay, so this thing I could basically do after gathering a few more emeralds, a few more diamonds, a bunch more dirt, and I think a little bit more obsidian. This one's already just about done. I think I need more netherrack too. This one's just going to get a bunch of concrete and setting up an auto crafter. It's cool. This one, Insanite, we're a while from. Blaze Burner's easy once we do it. That's easy when I do it. Already got it. I think it is just EvilCraft. As we need EvilCraft for this dark tank thing to get Eclipse Ember Fuel. And we also need EvilCraft for the Mesa Destruction, Lightning Bomb, and 2 Piercing Vengeance focuses. So I think we're starting up EvilCraft because it has a bunch of uses for various things. Blood, flesh, rituals. If it's evil, you can bet it's from EvilCraft. Mwahaha. So that is a magic mod. Another one I have never really looked all that much at. Really do need to get back into occultism too, though. So, EvilCraft, let's just start from the beginning, shall we? EvilCraft is a magic mod based on somewhat evil things. Collect the blood of your enemies and harness the power of an ancient source of evil. Everything in this mod can be found in the guidebook, The Origins of Darkness. I do not need that. I have like 17 copies already. Get started, find yourself some dark gems. I'm still going to take it because it's just easier. Now, Dark Temples. Dark Temples are hard to miss, considering they have a massive beam of light coming from the center. In the center of the Dark Temple is an environmental accumulator. We can use this to empower and create several items that we'll need along the way, including lightning bombs. Okay, so we need a weather container, which is a glass bottle, sugar, and dark gem, so that's simple enough. That's going to give us some random reward thing and some experience. Dark Temple and the environmental accumulator. I mean, I think there's one just over here. Like, I know this is an environmental accumulator. This doesn't really seem like much of a temple, though. It's just, like, this little thing. It's got some... Is there anything underground? I am curious. I don't think this goes anywhere, does it? It's... No. Is this really a temple? Can you really consider this a temple? I mean, I guess we'll count it, and this is the closest one. Can I take this thing with me or no? That's looking like a no. So, how do we use this? A weather accumulator, sugar, and a dark gem. I'm going to need to go grab some of those, so I should probably just... Let's just do that, it's going to be simpler. So I think all my dark gems are in a chest over here, and I'm going to need dark gem, dark block, simple enough. Where's my crushed dark gem? These things you'll just randomly get whenever you're like mining dark gem ore for some reason. So, that's pretty nice. So grab all of this as well. There's just already a pretty good step. Origins of Darkness. Is this just... Okay, cool. This is actual special thing. It's not just, oh, do this, 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 and this. It actually has lore bits. So we will be reading that as well. Dark temples, we found one. Weather container. I just need sugar, glass bottle. Let's just do EvilCraft, not DarkCraft or whatever I was about to type in. Do I have sugar in here or no? No. I thought I could have sworn I had glass bottles then. I do have a bunch that I found before. I just don't remember where they were. Did I put them into I think I might have put them in the computer system and they got deleted, which is a really, really common problem that no matter what I do, I can just never solve it, and it still annoys me to no end. But I digress. Yeah, I mean, I have infinite sand because I have infinite glass, and I have just about infinite power at this point, or I have enough power to infinitely run the sand into glass machine. I do not have infinite power elsewhere, though. Oh yeah, these are no longer running either, because, again, this thing just deletes whatever's in it. Okay. Yes, I will. Guess I am still mad about this, and yes, I will always be annoyed about it. Anyways, I got distracted myself. Sugar and glass bottles. I'll just make more glass bottles. I have no idea where the ones I have went. Sugar is in here. I don't really need 25, but it's whatever. Did I store them up here? I might have stored them up here. Not in here. You're the test tubes, not really the same. Oh wait, hold on. They're in. Hey look, glass bottles. Found them. Cool. So this thing, weather accumulator, acquired. Cool. And now from there, we get a blood extractor for free. Thank you. And some experience. Now, you've been thunderstruck. When it's a thunderstorm, throwing in a weather container into the environmental accumulator will harness the power of the storm. Using this, we can create items that allow us to control lightning at will. You'll need a lightning bomb to craft the ATM star. So you get a lightning grenade and TNT. Lightning grenade is a thunderstruck weather container and a bunch of ender pearls. So basically, I just need a thunderstorm and I need it to... It's cool. When it's raining, throwing in a weather container will harness the power of rain. With this, you can create an infinite water bucket or an infinite water source block. These are both incredibly useful items to have. You can also just do this to get rid of the rain. Okay, cool. Do I really need that, though? It's infinite water source, but it's singular block. I have been using the EvilCraft things, but that's probably better. I mean, that definitely seems easier. Like, wait for it to rain, use this thing once, and boom, there you have it. So, no idea. Do I still have a weather manipulation thing? I don't think so. I think I used it. Moonfall, binding, sunrise, archwood forest, fertility. Where's my guidebook from Ars? Because I can just make it rain via that, and then that will be a lot easier than waiting for a random thunderstorm. There it is. Cool, and I don't really need you there anymore. So how do I make the tablet ritual for making it rain? It is called cloud shaping. Okay, it's simple enough to get it, and then how do you augment? Will cause it to rain, lapis block will cause it to storm. Cool. So, just need to grab our ritual thing, need to grab the blue. Cascading wood. Do I only have this for a cascading archwood? Do I not have any regular archwood logs? I think I might only have this. That could be a problem. Blazing Vexing. Let's just double check that. Yeah, it's definitely cascading archwood, which I've definitely seen before. I've definitely seen it and I've definitely collected it, but I don't know where it went. So maybe it's in the normal block chest. Let me double check a few places so I don't end up having to run to find it. I'll see you in a moment. Aha, I almost completely forgot about this. While we were hunting for the last few things from Cataclysm, I had ended up finding a random a random archwood biome. So this thing just has everything we could possibly need as far as that goes. But there's actually just one right here as well, and it seemed to have one of the special fruits, Frostias, which are used for blue dye and a few rituals, I'm going to assume. So cool. Might as well do this too. Still have no idea where all of my blue stuff went, because I know for a fact I had every type of archwood at some point. I think it gave us a free sapling for everything. But anyways, I have it now, so that's pretty good. We're probably approaching 20 minutes now. We're at 15 recording, and I stepped away for a moment. We have some cracks on it. Apparently they crack twice and then they open up, so we're close then. Anyways, we need one of these. And then what else did we need for this? We needed... I clicked away from it. Here we go. Source block and a feather. Simple enough. Just 4 of these. And I'm fairly certain I have a bunch of feathers in here. So, simple enough. Just go like so. There's that. And cloud shaping. Cool. Where is my ritual thing? Have I lost it again? Oh wait, no, did I leave it over here? Ritual Brazier, here it is. So this thing, we're just gonna bring this over to the accumulator, and then we're going to augment it with a lapis block that will make it storming. And we just throw this thing into the accumulator, and thus we get our thing. The lightning grenades. The lightning essence, whatever. Words are hard. I don't remember. My memory sucks. So I think we're just good to go. Where did that go? Here it is. This goes here. There's the ritual thing. Block of lapis. And now it should be storming. Can I just put this in? Weather accumulator, EvilCraft thing. When it's raining, when it's thunderstruck there, when it rains, it begins to fall. And then there's a sunshine version as well, which I'm going to assume has some sort of use. Here's the storm. Empty. Do I have to wait for the beam on this to become brown? I don't know how this works. Let's see, does this have like a specific input or something? Or does this tell you what temperature it's currently at, like? This is partially sunny. Okay, it's definitely thundering now. Oh, there we go. You throw it on top of it, charge up, charge. And we get Thunderstruck weather container. Cool. So, that actually stopped the weather or no? Yes, it did. Maybe? No? It said it could stop the... I don't really know. So apparently we can charge that thing up with more Thunderstruck if we get another accumulator and it's charged all the way up. Cool. So this, as we just saw, can now be used for eternal water buckets, which is... Oh wait, no, that's different. Oh, you can also just turn a raining one into Thunderstruck as well, so that's pretty interesting. Can you turn it the other way around? Sunshine with 2 water buckets is water container. Cool. Anyways, we want Thunderstruck, and we need to put this with a bunch of Ender Pearls, so simple enough. It used up the bottle, of course, and then a single piece of TNT, which I just need gunpowder. Which, again, simple enough, I always carry on us. So with this, that, TNT, I definitely already had TNT, but whatever. And now we have, thank you, a lightning bomb. Cool. Simple enough, we already have that. It gives us a weather container, I think another Thunderstruck. And I believe that is also... If we go over to the ATM star, one thing immediately done here. Cool. That was simple enough, simple and painless. And this, that, all done. That I could do, and everything else is a no-go, I think, for right now. So, cool. Just like that, we already have a piece for the ATM star from this mod. Time to continue on, or miraculously time to put this in a chest and then continue on. You go with what again? A bunch of stuff that's not actually in here yet, so you can just hang out up there for the moment. Cool. These friends probably only have like one more moment on them. Apparently you're supposed to put them on moss, and I just don't have any or didn't realize at the time. So, what's next as far as this mod goes? We're just waiting, so might as well read up. Preface. It would seem this world holds more than meets the eye. There are things I will conclude in this book. My writings have acquired knowledge of the obscurity that resides here. I have discovered a dark way of living with the creatures of this world. What evil will come of this, I ask myself. Evil lurks in every corner, I hear a dark voice within me reply. I have discovered a few secrets within this vast world of silly villagers and zombies, something their puny minds will never comprehend. Many kinds of magic exist in this world, but the kind you can achieve with blood seems different. I have noticed people cutting themselves for obtaining blood. I prefer to spare my strength for some other things. Cool. So, yeah, EvilCraft, as expected. Evil. Cool. Structure. This book is split into two major parts. For the 2 ages of evilness I like to classify everything in. I consider everything before my coming to this world as the first age, and my life's work the second age. You can navigate through this book by clicking on the arrows at the bottom. Shift-clicking will flip through whole sections instead of single pages. At the start of large sections, you will see a content table, which will contain hyperlinks to its subsections for faster browsing when you come across recipes. The items that are explained in the book are clickable as a fast reference. I'm reading all of this in like the tone of the person writing it, but I heard people talking. I think that was in real life. I thought that might have been in game for a moment. I kept reading it. This is just, oh, here's how you use the book. I don't think we need that. Anyways, the first age, that's a lot of stuff to look at. A Strange New World, introductions. Can I just go quick? Okay. First age, A Strange New World, relics, items, vengeance spirits. Second age, blood extraction, the powers of blood, blood infusion, all that stuff. Then we have index and mod integrations. Currently it's just JEI, so cool. Not web version, that's not what I meant to click. Ah, dang it. Not only did accidentally clicking that button bring up a web page, it brought up a web page that doesn't work. So that's pretty funny. It brought up an error 404, not page not found. Anyways, there's a lot to read here. Oh, Sniffler. Oh, it's a little baby. Oh, look at you. You're so cute. Oh, look at its nose. How do you work? Oh, look at the little snoms. Oh, they're adorable. I've literally never gotten a sniffer before. I've never played versions with them. You hatched first, so you get to be Kirby and you get to be Mary. I should have put an all-around kiosk, but I guess instead... Where's my thing? I guess you each separately get kiosks instead. Not what I meant to do. I definitely rushed the gun a little bit, but it's fine. I really need to work... Let me look up. How does this whole sniffing thing work? How do they find objects? Okay, so apparently every once in a while, if they're above a diggable block, which is to say like dirt or something, they'll just occasionally start digging around and find stuff. So cool. Oh, look at them. They're so cute, though. Oh, they look like they have giant cabbages on their backs, kind of, from above. Although from this angle, it looks more like a bush of some sort. Also, why are you pushing each other? Oh, it's cool. We got babies. They'll get a proper home eventually. Anyways, where was I? Where's the guidebook? The guidebook is cooler. This guide is probably more streamlined and easy to understand because you can just see like the whole thing spreading out. Also, I cannot find magic. I skipped right past it like 4 times. Cool, the blood extractor. Start collecting blood, we need to craft the blood extractor. As long as you have this in your inventory, killing mobs will collect blood to the extractor. Blood is an important resource in EvilCraft. You need to increase the storage, simply make another, and then combine them in a crafting grid. This can be used to extract blood from bloodstains you find, or create on the ground. Lastly, with enough blood stored, you can sneak right-click on the ground to place a bucket of blood down. Cool, thanks for the free blood gems. So this thing, it can hold 5,000 micro buckets. Buckets? What's a bucket? Micro buckets of blood. We just need some targets now, don't we? It's nighttime. The whole time, I was over here setting this thing up, and it was crawling with mobs. Cool. I wasn't sure that was gonna work. The skeletons in this game have no blood in them, despite... So I wasn't sure they would actually drop it, but cool, we're collecting blood now. From here, we need a dark tank. Using the power of dark gems, we can create dark tanks. These can store 16 buckets of any liquid you want, but you'll probably need this for all the blood you'll be collecting. Need it to hold more? Just combine it in crafting grid with another dark tank. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Oh, and you can also just make a supersized version just straight off the bat. Cool. And, it doesn't say you can just do it. It doesn't list the recipe, but it is an option apparently. How much does this need? It just needs 16,000 micro buckets, which is to say just a single normal tank. So cool. I really should save some of these recipes. If I click on that, it shows me that. Dark tank. There's the basic one, to click that. Glass and 2 blocks of iron. I don't think I have any iron blocks in the machine, but so just in case I'll do that. Otherwise, simple enough. That's not what I wanted to make. It made... Why do I have dark blocks in here? Oh, I have the dark blocks on me. That's why it made those. Duh. Anyways, we have a super big one. That I'm assuming can only hold fluids, but it looks like it can hold any fluid, so that could come in handy. Like, just make a bunch of those, put them all together, and then just get like a million some-on dark tank for pretty cheap, I think. Cool. Anyways, this one we need to get like the eclipse fluid stuff into somehow. We'll figure that out eventually. We do not have that already. We have a basic dark tank. We do not have one with the fluid, though, so don't pay attention to that. Let's see. EvilCraft. Cool, we have it. It's going to give us a free vein sword. Ugh. I don't like the idea of that one. Quest completed vein sword. I'm going to assume that's like the gear one. Collecting bloodstains. That's figuring out how to pick up bloodstains when something falls. Spiky claws. Okay, so spiky claws, these are basically... they're like really cheap. They're basically like shuffle claws. Drying blood, infusing gems with blood, revenge of the spirits, capturing spirits. I mean, there's a lot of cool sounding stuff in here. We need to figure out the... Do we want to focus on what we specifically need? For the ATM star, we need these piercing vengeance focuses, which require blood orbs, which are used with the blood infuser with promise of tenacity, whatever that means, and a vengeance focus, that's crushed things. Okay, so that is making blood orbs, however you do that with the machines. Cool. So that means following this path to the blood infuser. And I have a feeling, okay, that's probably the important thing. Follow it down to this path, and eventually it will lead us to those vengeance core things. Cool. The Mace of Destruction. We'll need a fully charged one. How do you make it? You need Garmonbosia, an empowered inverted potentia, dark sticks. I mean, the dark sticks are easy. That does not look easy. Inverted potentia with an environmental accumulator, a potentia sphere, eyeball. Okay, so I could probably figure it out pretty easy, but it's figuring out how to get to this thing. So, oh, okay, you do have to go all the way through for the ATM things. Of course you do. Why wouldn't you? Why was I expecting any difference? Main sword. I'm sure that somewhere's in will tell me something. Oh, there it is. I need more blood. Allows you to collect more blood as well as more drops with looting attached with it. Cool. Which pathway do we start with? More mob farms, creating spawn eggs. So capturing spirits and all this stuff looks like it eventually just goes to... this is just making mob spawners. I don't think that's what we care about. We care about this stuff. So drying blood. If you place a bucket of blood on the ground long enough or place it in a drying basin, it will dry into hardened blood. Aside from being incredibly unsanitary, we need all kinds of blood for us to progress, even dried blood. This will turn back into blood in the rain or by breaking it with regular tools. If you break it with flint and steel, you'll get blood shards instead. Okay, cool. So we need to get hardened blood. And we need to do this. Well, to progress, we'll need to create our first dark power gem. To do this, you'll need to collect at least 5 buckets worth of blood in your blood extractor. Once collected, make a hole with at least 5 blocks of space and then fill it with the blood. Once you've created your pool of blood, toss in a dark gem to infuse it. Okay, cool. So I'll make a hole with at least 5 blocks of space. Does that mean like a cross shape, 1, 3, and 3? Or does that mean like it goes 5 blocks deep? And I'm gonna try it the block way first. Let's make another one of these, shall we? That requires some of that stuff. Cool. So this thing requires spikes, which are easy. Cool. Those can just hang out here. That can be stored in there. Sugar can get in there, and though it will probably be deleted. Blood extractor. Second age, and then these put together to get a much bigger blood extractor. Cool. Now I need to go fill this thing up, which should be simple enough. There's always mobs around. Except for when I'm specifically running around for mobs to find and beat up, because of course. Why would it make this easy? 1 second, let me go fill this thing up. A boss mob spawned in and immediately just filled up the entire thing. I tried using the vein sword, and that did nothing to it. Apparently, it does not give blood unless you kill a mob, so just hitting a mob with a very weak sword just does not actually net you all that much. Anyways, I should probably set up an actual place to do this away from everything else, but for now, I guess I'll just do it here, because why not? Anyways, a 5-block thing, bucket there, bucket there, bucket, bucket, bucket. Cool. Now, can I just do this? Does this take away all that blood? Let's do that. Okay, yeah, you lose all that blood, but you do get a dark power gem. Cool. So it gives us a free hardened blood shard. Cool. Which should also complete this, right? Oh, it only gave us 4. Place it down in the ground and place it in the drying basin, and it will harden into thing. How do we make a drying basin? Let's go there first. That seems like it might be better. Drying rack, drying basin. This one? I mean, it looks simple enough. 2 black dye. Except I want it to be actual black dye, not that organic stuff. 1, 2. Is this really the thing it meant? I mean, oh, I guess we'll try it. Trying like a boss. Completely unrelated mod. Sure, why not? Let's attempt it and grab out the blood extractor. Blood should dry in there eventually. Fluid. Let's just do that to make sure that if it starts raining, it won't be a problem. I don't think it would be. Now, how long does that take? Place it on the ground and wait long enough, or place it in a hardened basin. It will harden, aside from being incredibly insane. Oh, there we go. That didn't take long at all. And then this thing gets smelted into the shards. Cool. We can just toss it straight in here, of course. And that was weird. Oh yeah, this thing only moves 4 items at a time, so of course it was a little bit slow. So that gives us free hardened blood shards and experience. Might as well just take the experience. I don't really need it all that much, and it just makes sure we can see check marks. Angled chalice. It's placed in the world, it can pump in blood. Okay, I saw like what looked like I saw what I assumed was the Holy Grail and got concerned. It was infusion cores. Combining hardened blood shards, sorry, with dark power gems will make blood infusion cores, are the main crafting component of several machines. Save that. Cool. I mean, I can only make the one. I'm gonna have to go get a bunch more blood. Blood infusion core. Thanks for condensed blood. I already have like millions of that stuff. Repairing tools with blood. The blood chest can be used to repair tools with blood. However, items repaired might become cursed. Oh my. Oh, and then you can build like a super chest. That's pretty interesting. And we won't be creating dark power gems with pools of blood anymore. Instead, we can make the blood infusing to do all the messy work for us. This allows you to directly infuse items with blood. This can be upgraded using promises as well. This is one of the main machines used for progression. Cool. Can I just go ahead and make that right away? Is that just any stone? It's any stone or any cobble. And the thing we just made gets us the blood infuser. Cool. Do we do this downstairs? This feels like it can go in the demon summoning room. This feels like it matches the vibe. So that can go there. Can this just take condensed blood? It can. That makes things a whole lot simpler. Um, cool. Now we have infinite blood that we can store in here. So we have that. It gives us free condensed blood. We can use up promises to upgrade it. Cool. Undead trees. Using the blood infuser, you can create undead saplings that grow into undead trees. They're used for creating several useful tools and items within EvilCraft. So take a dead bush, which that's a pretty rare item. Did our Alacarquinos get any of those? I don't think so. We can also make brooms. Broom is... Let's see, broom parts. Broom, I have no system. It can be used to make up of 3 parts, a rod, a cape, and a brush. Each part can be crafted by combining. Cool. I mean, does this say anything about brooms? First age. I really should read this. There's so much here. Werewolf. Excuse me? I haven't seen any werewolves. I'm curious now. Oh, there's so much to read here. It just keeps going. Do I have to? I don't really have time to read all that. Next time, we'll be doubling down and just reading this entire book, I think. But for now, let's just figure out what we can without it. So to upgrade machines, they can be upgraded using promises. Each promise will have different effects, but first we'll want to upgrade our blood infuser to unlock more recipes. We need a promise of tenacity tier 1. Increases the storage for the blood infusion to unlock more recipes. Cool. Now this requires a bowl of promises, a spider eye, and an iron promise acceptor. This is used by using 10,000 blood and a block of iron. Cool, we can do that. Simple enough. I should have saved that recipe because I have a feeling we're going to need a bunch more of these. So save that recipe. Cool. How do we do this? Bowl of Promises tier 0 is what we want. A dusted Bowl of Promises goes in, which is used from a bowl of empty promises and 2 dark gems, or crushed ones, which is 3 dark power gems, which is dark gems going into here. Cool. So it's a whole process. We need this thing, easy. Let's just toss like 10 of these in there. That's probably a good place to start. We're gonna need them. There's step 1. This thing, spider eye, that thing done. Bowl of empty promises is just gonna take up 3, and then it's going to be save that recipe. 2 crushed dark gems, cool. So do we have them? 2. 1 more, please. What's the thumbnail going to be? I don't actually know. We don't really have much to show as far as all this stuff goes yet. Basically, I just have a machine. I'm collecting blood in a thing in our inventory, or I could make it a bowl of blood on the ground. That's nothing too exciting. So the dusted bowl of promises, cool. This thing, just put it back in here. Take out you for a moment. After an amount of time, 50 seconds, that is a while. It will get us the tier 0, and then that used with everything else will get us the promise of tenacity. Cool, I'll see you when that's done. That's like another 30 seconds or so. And there it is, cool. I also want to go take some pictures of the babies, because that's probably the thumbnail. Anyways, like so, we have the promise of tenacity 1. Cool. So it's going to give us a free hardened blood shell, some experience. Cool. The promise of velocity increases speed, efficiency, removing enchantments and curses. Cool. Purifier. Rank more is more blood. Gold promiser, that looks simple enough, although it takes away this. And so what? Each tier 2 requires Ender Pearl, tier 1 or higher, which is, yeah, you need 2 of these. You need 2 tier 1s in order to make a tier 2, it looks like. 1 for the promise acceptor thing, and then 1 for the bowl of promises as well. So there's something there. We're going to need to go through a couple more tiers. That's productivity. Effortless ring gives you speed boost and step height. That's actually pretty cool. although it needs one of each, which is also tier 1 in Iron Promise things. Okay, so there's not really as much there as I was expecting, at least as far as that goes. This, however, looks like there's a whole lot more to see, so we definitely need to give this a full read. But right now, let's just put this in here. It can now hold up to 40,000 millibuckets and can be used for stuff. Make a promise of tenacity 1. Does that mean use it in the top spot or just having it here, just let it do that instead? Like if I grab a random piece of rotten flesh, it says you need an iron, I promise thing tier 1. Can this get turned into... Okay, yes it can. Oh, obviously it can. There's no second inventory spot right here. It's only the stuff over here. So because it's tier 1, we can now do that. Okay, hold on. That actually means we don't use this up. We do only need tier 1. This gets used to make a tier 2. A tier 1 of these, which gets crafted alongside the... Let's see, where is it? And there's the promise thing too. So you'll use the thing in here to get to this, and then you immediately take that out, take gold, and put it in there. Oh, and in fact, you don't actually use this up at all. It's cool, so that you just use this thing, and now we can make the recipes we need with it, get the next one, put it in here, and then this becomes obsolete. It doesn't actually get used up at all. Good to know, I think, if I'm actually reading that properly. But anyways, looking at the time, that's probably a pretty good place to end things off. Just because it looks like most of these recipes take a while, and it's going to take me a bit to actually get a hang of what we're actually going to be doing here. I thought I had so much blood saved up. I do not think we have so much blood saved up anymore. It's going to be quite a while of me going around building this thing up and just storing a bunch of it. So words are hard. But anyways, let's just do that, I think. Yeah. Anyways, I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have, and I hope to see you next time. So, without further ado, take care, everybody. I want to thank everyone one more time for watching, and a special thank you to the channel members. Yamato Tanagura, Goddess of the Star-Filled Void, and the Phantom Knight. Thank you three so much for the extra support. So for real now, take care, everybody.